obviously being able to do it for 2 halves. So just really, really proud of our guys' effort.
Yeah, we knew coming in that we had the guard to be able to win this game. They've had 2 very good games against us, and Coach wanted to take away the 2s, and I feel like we did a great job of that. I can't remember how many 2s they made. I think it was about 10, but that took away a lot of their points, and that helped us win that game.
Austin?
Honestly, I feel like we kind of just took it personal this game. You know, we lost by a lot of points the first game at home, and then the second game we kind of gave away, we felt like. And I think we just kind of took it personal for us to, you know, play good defense and come out here and, you know, do our best to try to win this game.
Right here in the aisle, Emily, thank you.
Coach, this is for you, Dana. I haven't seen the first 2 matchups you had with the Racers, but it seems like you guys tinkered a little bit there with the 3/4 court, full court press and caused enough pressure, right, to kind of build that lead that first half. Anything that you can say about giving a new look when you're playing a team for, you know, 3rd time, 2nd time?
Well, I think the players being able to execute it is probably what makes it effective. So I thought that we had really good activity. We were solid. We didn't overextend ourselves, with the exception of maybe 1 time in the second half. But you know, that's kind of, you play teams so many times that you have the chance to evaluate and watch and maybe come up with some things that your team can do. And I do believe it helped us today in shrinking the game a little bit.
Austin, you started off hot, and then in the second half, they kind of cut into that 10, 20-point lead, and then you answered with a couple of threes and got to the free throw line, just finishing out the game and kind of finishing what you started.
Yeah, just kind of just the mentality to staying aggressive, you know, even though we have a lead, playing like we don't have a lead. So that was just kind of how I was approaching things, just regardless of what the score is, just stay aggressive and try to score.
Right back there in front row, Benson.
Alston, how loose do you guys feel? It looked like you played really carefree on offense and really just coming in this tournament with a good mindset. Didn't look like there was much pressure out there on you guys.
Yeah, we feel good. We feel very confident in our group. It's just kind of approach to the game where we feel just determined to just try to get every win day by day and hopefully play on Sunday.
Coach, you held them to less than 20 points in the first half. How much was defense? How much of the story here is defense and rebounding?
I do want to, compliment our players. I thought our activity and our physicality was good, but they had to miss some shots too, right? That's a low number. But I do think that just our overall approach and how we defended certain actions played into that. And we almost did it for 2 halves. I mean, that was a complete defensive effort. And a lot of it we cleaned up on the glass, because that's what hurt us in the first half. They had, I think, 8 offensive rebounds. Second half, they ended up with 6. But when you stop someone as many times as we did, they're bound to get a few.
We're going to go here in the aisle, then we have a Zoom question in the back. Go, please.
NJ, you had that little 6-0 run personal for you in the first half that kind of separated the score a little bit. And then just talk about that little offensive spurt for you. And then defensively, you had a double-double, just how strong you felt out there.
Well, all the coaches have really been on me for being offensively aggressive lately. So I think like the last 10 or so games, I've tried to develop that and work on my game a little bit more, so I'm able to help my team with that. And with the rebounding, that's something I feel like my teammates can always count on me to do.
We're going to the back. It was Zoom call.
We have a question from John Title. He asks a follow-up defensive question for Coach. He said that Ryan Conwell has had his 2 best career games against you in January and then again in February. He asks, are you going to stick to your regular defense tomorrow against the Sycamores, or will you try something different?
Just in case they watch this, I don't want to answer. I do think Conwell's a really good player, and I voted for him Newcomer of the Year as well as First Team All-League. He is a fantastic offensive player, And it'll take a total team effort to hopefully not give him his third career high against us.
We have 3 in a row right here. 1, 2, 3, go.
Alston, what can you say about your next matchup? You guys knew if you wanted it, you get Indiana State, top seed next game. What's it going to mean to get that game and just maybe some of the guards that you're going up against? Like, what do you see from a matchup like that potentially?
I think it's going to be a fun matchup. You know, going against good players is always fun. Competing at a high level, and we know the type of team Indiana State is. So I felt like we could have got the win in the last time we played, and it's another opportunity for us to show what we can do.
Yeah, Coach, if you can talk about that too, you guys within a shot to try to win that game against Indiana State and in Springfield. Just going into this one, the confidence that maybe you have against the Sycamores.
I think our group should definitely feel confident playing anyone. Our home game against them was a winnable game, you know, but they're really good, and they're so good offensively, and I don't think they get enough credit for how good they are defensively. You know, Julian Larry is a really good defender, as well as Jason Kent. I mean, those guys do a great job. But you know, I'm excited about the opportunity to play them again. Once you get in these settings, you're excited about all the games because you're still playing. And so, whether it be Indiana State or whoever, I'm just excited to play them all.
We have a question here, then we'll go back to Zoom. Go ahead.
Just the thought on getting Donnie back in the game with 4 fouls with 9 minutes to go. They've made that mini run, but he's such a stabilizing influence. Did you feel like you just had to get him back in at that point?
Correct, and you know, we probably should have been a little bit more passive in our press when he was on the back line with 3. That was a poor decision, but we felt like we would leave him over there as long as the game was north of 10, and once it got to 10, you know, you kind of got to get him in there because, like we're telling our guys, these are do or dies. So there's no sense of keeping him over there, and you know, analytically, he's not going to foul out, and he didn't foul out. And so, but the number for us was 10-point lead.
We have a question for Mason Alston from Wyatt Wheeler. Alston Mason, I apologize. He asks that you guys took this game against Murray State pretty personal, and he asks how much of a chip are you have on your shoulder going into this tournament?
Personally, a lot. Just how the season's gone, and my personal expectations for our team and what we're capable of doing, and I know the caliber of guys we got, and each and every night I know we have a good chance of winning every game, and right now this is a stage to prove it, so I have a big chip on my shoulder, and I know my teammates feel some type of way about that too.
I understand.
NJ, follow-up question, right? This was a game that obviously you guys knew you had to win or go home. So how do you come out tomorrow and play with the same amount of intensity and heart that you did today?
Well, I mean, I think everybody in our group knows that, like, we don't want this season to end. We have some seniors and some people that we probably won't get back next year with Donnie and Dawson and stuff like that. We want to make this time memorable for them. And I mean, Matthew Lee has been through a lot of this, and he's just pressing us through this, and we know we can get through all of this together.